It's a good living.
Is it recording?
It is.
Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you to the press conference. This is our third press conference in relation to Made in Brazil. We do have a thin form of attendance today, but people will be coming in drips and drabs, so just ignore them. We're just going to kick off because we're obviously linked in with the radio, so we need to kick off in exactly 20 seconds. So if the reporters are ready, they can fire the questions as and when they will. So yeah, you're ready to fire away.
First question for Fabio. You're the manager of the Made in Brazil, and coming up this Sunday, this is a revenge tournament game against Argentina at the Linford Christie Stadium. In fact, that's where you played. How was that experience for you?
I'm a player manager, so this I keep saying this is new. Right now, it's a new experience because I'm being a full-time manager, so taking care of the players and booking stadiums and going to check the stadium tonight and everything. So yeah, it's exciting, but it's the next level now. So yeah.
How was it in that last game when you played Argentina?
The last game we played Argentina, we had to travel to London. Andy's not like this, the captain of Argentina, but yeah, we actually played the better football there. But the results, if you don't score, you don't win games. So they scored 3 goals and we lost 3-1. So we are ready for the revenge now, Leeds.
And so how do you feel you're doing as a team? Do you think you'll be playing your full team this Sunday?
Yeah, we have a strong team this Sunday. Right now we're up the level, so that there are players traveling from London, Birmingham, Manchester, and whatever. We have decent players now, so it'll be a good show.
And how has it been working with the inner city and promoting this Made in Brazil on an off-pitch basis?
Yeah, inner city has been fantastic from the beginning of our relationship. Now we know each other even better, so we have, they're doing a great job for the Made in Brazil project. And with the World Cup coming, it really gives that marketing extra sort of boost, doesn't it? That's right, especially now things are heating up, and hopefully from this game now against the Argentinian side, which it's a high-profile game, we can't have a better game than Brazil against Argentina, El Clásico.
I mean, after this game, after the John Charles Stadium, what will be next for you?
We were talking about getting involved with the charity, the charity side. My sister recently had cancer at the beginning of the year, and a couple of people that I know also. And also we have a charity to do with the street kids in Brazil. So our next project would be something down the line of Brazil or South America against the rest of the world. That's all we're looking at.
Okay, I've got a few questions for Ty. Hi. You're the managing director of Inner City. So, what is Inner City offering clients in relation to the 2014 World Cup in Brazil?
Well, apart from sort of working with Fabio on the Made in Brazil project, we're gearing up for the World Cup next year. Our clients are obviously nationwide and the regional, the national at the same time. We're obviously offering advertisement in our online magazine, flyer distribution at all matches, endorsement on our website, which is a logo that they can place in the sponsorship section, and that when you click on it, it goes directly to the website. Media coverage, and obviously promotion at press conferences. So these are the 5 main areas that we're offering to our clients in terms of how they can get involved with the World Cup, as well as Made in Brazil in the UK.
Okay. And how Inner City promoted the Brazil and Argentina match?
The one that's coming on Sunday, if I may remind, I guess, 3rd of November, which is at 2:30, kick-off at John Charles Stadium. The way we've been working together is through the posters that you can see behind. Obviously, Fabio's doing a great job with his team to go around Leeds. You'll see them actually posted everywhere, and you should see them in sight. Also, we've got flyer distribution that are in the form of A6 cards. that you probably see in the background on the slideshow. We've also got electronic email links that we send out to our clients or existing clients to notify them. And I've just finished basically on Manchester Radio and also BCB in Bradford radio station. So we've obviously promoted the matches in like a 15 to 20 minute slot. So there's obviously different avenues how we've obviously got to this stage.
Okay. And what are the future plans with Made in Brazil?
The future plans with Made in Brazil, we obviously want to go all the way with Fabio and his team. Not just promoting matches, because again, as I mentioned in my previous press conference, Made in Brazil is about music, food, dance and football. So we have covered the football angle of it, but we want to obviously provide awareness and promotion to the music side of things. Sorry, I'm not the dad, but anyway. So we do want to provide some exposure to food. We are obviously trying to liaise with Fazenda, which is a Brazilian restaurant or cuisine in Leeds. They're able to come on board and provide support to our team or to members of our volunteers who've actually got involved obviously very early on, and we're still taking on volunteers to promote the project. So there's different ways how people can get involved, and we do have our portal, which is called Made in Brazil, on our website that people can click onto on www.innercity.co.uk, which you can see on my chest. It's an LED scorer. So there's different ways how people can get involved. Currently, today, our sponsors, I know that question might not be on there, I do want to mention that Leeds Capson, who have been with us since March when our campaign started, Lorna and her team at the Capson have done so well in terms of working with us, because every event that we've been dealing with, they've published on time, and they've been just really great. And we do want to sort of increase that relationship. And I've said this before at various press conferences, that if there's anybody from the Capson who wants to come on board, who wants to get involved, we are willing to work together. And we do have Francis, that's from Capson today, that's why I can mention his name, if I can. He has obviously been helping us. He was on radio earlier on representing not only Inner City but Capson, so that's a good thing in terms of building relationships and networking. Also, there's, I don't know, there should be a question there about how players are preparing for football matches, but obviously, because Fabio's got 5 fingers in the pie, I should obviously comment on that. Lena Palmer, who's running the Body Vi Challenge, it's actually a 90-day challenge whereby you can keep fit with obviously this particular shake, and we're obviously going to introduce that to Made in Brazil. Free shakes at the matches, which obviously the players and the audience can actually take. Obviously, we can obviously contact Lena on 07881 903 778. What she wants to do is she wants to take the health and the fitness of the players very seriously and support good health and nutrition. Majority of the players are currently going to be undertaking a 90-day challenge. Obviously, once Fabio authorises that, and support health, fitness, and obviously lean weight loss goals. The challenge has just been launched in the UK, so we're obviously working very closely with that company. The other thing what I wanted to introduce Fabio to is that there's a barber shop. It's actually called a barber shop, which is on Eastleigh Road. And what they're offering is it's a program that's called Hair Samba. So what will happen is they'll be offering these interesting samba cuts, Neymar cut, I don't know, Pele cut, Zico cut, Fabio cut. So, the players are welcome and they're going to get the cuts for free. And any of the volunteers that want to go there, they can also go there and provide information later on. So obviously we're working with a lot of local businesses at that level and trying to make it a bit more interesting. So it's not about advertising. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sam. I've got a few questions, perhaps it's for mainly both you, Fabio, and you, Sally. I guess you mentioned that you've been starting the campaign since March. How does it feel like working on this prestigious project? I mean, I'm going to call it Inner City, and how do you think it will benefit, the football community in Leeds and maybe beyond?
Okay, if I kick it off and we'll share that question between us. We had a match with the African nation, Brazil v Cameroon in June sometime. That was so vibrant and interesting because it wasn't just about a match that's taking place, which these guys play every weekend, We tried to make the match bespoke to the community. So on that day we had we teamed up with the Nigerian community. So they brought African dancers, drummers, and they're very similar to the Brazilian community because they had vibrant dances, and that was I think one of the special matches that we played, and it was very entertaining for the crowd because we had African music, samba music, and that was a really good sort of day that we had, and that's how we broke down barriers to promote community cohesion. I think in the future, Fabio does have something in the pipeline, so I'll let him comment on that in terms of the South American nation coming together.
Yeah, and like Taylor said, we're trying to work with the community, also not just the Brazilian or the South American, the whole of the community. And some of the previous games we had was the Cameroon team, which was it was a fantastic day. We in the city organizing samba dancers and drummers, and the football played a very high level, especially by the Cameroon team, because mine was just a team that I was building. Right now, I'm feeling more confident with the team that I have. But down the line of promotion, we'd like to take this project to the highest we can into the World Cup comes, So maybe IE playing a stadium in the future, proper stadium, professional stadium. So that's something we're looking at.
Okay. Thanks. I mean, what will it be, beneficial for, in terms of the Made in Brazil project, to the community? I mean, to the community in Leeds particularly, and how do you think it will work to the community in Leeds?
I think with the community, what tends to happen is, because we were involved with the Olympics 2012 last year, we had a couple of volunteers that were involved, they went there, they went for the opening ceremony, we had them on the volunteering programme. The way the community benefit, we split it into 3 sectors. We've got volunteers, we've got sponsors, and we've got advertisers. So it benefits everybody because some of the advertisers, some of the sponsors, some of the volunteers might not be able to afford to go to the World Cup or any of these large events. By getting involved with the volunteering programme, we provide a platform, a platform whereby they can get involved at grassroots level within the UK, and there are opportunities to be involved in project overseas. So that depends on obviously the performance of the volunteers, how they get involved, what their inputs are, etc., and how far they're willing to go. When we see them physically performing like you guys, we know that obviously you guys turn up on time, you obviously do the job. So obviously we consider those volunteers to be up on the market in the game. In terms of the communities, I think everybody benefits because everybody likes, Olympics is big, but I think A, the World Cup, B, the fact that it's in Brazil, it's a massive deal. So people don't want to, in our lifetime, I think it's the only time we're going to get a chance to be able to do with these guys in Brazil. So I'm trying to engage communities in advance, because nearer to the time, there's not going to be enough time to get people on board. So the quicker communities, clients, companies come on board now, they can benefit with a lot of discounts and involvement at matches, regionally, nationally and internationally, depending on the size of the company. I hope that's answered your question.
Okay. I guess this is more of a technical question. To put your hats of a football pundit, do you have any prediction for Sunday's game?
We don't want to be biased, because you're Brazil. Okay, I'll come to the prediction. I just want to mention that question would have been probably posed to a guy called Andy Walsh, who basically plays for Argentina. Is he the captain as well for Argentina?
He's not the captain, but he's one of the organisers.
He's one of the organisers. In fact, Fabio could tell you a bit about Andy Walsh if I answer that question.
Prediction, of course, I'm going to have to be biased, and I'm confident about Brazil this Sunday.
Before you answer that, can I just ask you, who won the match in London? If you can let them know.
Yeah, I think I mentioned the London match, Argentina won. I can't say I was really confident. There was a big trip going to London. I think it was the first time the players got together, literally. But this time we had a few training sessions, so yeah, I'm pretty confident that we can beat Argentina.
3-1 to Brazil.
Yes, 4-1, just so make sure we on the aggregates we're higher than first game. So.
Okay, good luck.
I might place a bet, and I think it might be 2-2. So we'll see what William Hill has to say about that.
Okay, so
That means we'll be going to penalties if it's 2 hours.
Really? Oh, excellent. You guys might need to travel abroad. We'll be taking you with us. Any further questions from you guys?
No.
Or anything extra that I think Francis needed to add before we close the press conference? In exactly 5 minutes.
Interesting one. First, you've got momentum made in Brazil with the World Cup coming up. A lot of people getting involved, the excitement, and the same, I suppose, for the Olympics. So it's a real maybe for the chance to come when these events are over, keeping that momentum and legacy. And have you thought that far ahead how you would keep this, make real stability?
You mean the longevity of the project after the World Cup
Yeah,
or leading up to it?
I suppose after the World Cup.
Yeah, the aftermath, I can only comment on what happened at previous events like the Olympics. Out of the 8 volunteers, we're still working with 3 of the volunteers. One of them is called Sam, who's still with us. So he's embarked on the next journey. He also wants to get involved with the Tour de France and the World Cup Rugby in Glasgow. So there's other projects that we actually filter over to our volunteers. So it's not a dead project. We take on board clients from our previous events and offer them further discounts on the other events, so that's how we spill over onto the next part. In terms of Made in Brazil, yeah, I mean the thing is, Fabio is a friend of mine and not just a colleague or a client, so we will sit down after the World Cup, and if there's anything that we can do for Fabio, because like I said, Fabio's also involved in DJing, that's a full-time job. He does DJing all over the world, he brings artists and musicians. And I think he's got an event which I think you guys need to hear about that we will be promoting in due time, which is going to be taking place at the Wardrobe. If you could just mention something about that.
Yeah, we've got a couple of events going on, but tomorrow events is 2 salsa bands going on at the Wardrobe, which is nothing to do